Welcome to the Business Behind the Scene podcast with Francesca Moi, where we talk all about real business problems, real solution, and getting actual results in business. Hello, and welcome to episode number 42 of Business Behind the Scene. I love to see how many of you are enjoying this podcast and bringing questions and topics to me for me to share with you, which is super exciting. So in the last week, a lot has happened. I haven't been to a retreat this week. No, that it sounds weird. I haven't been on a retreat, but I had a really good week. We're growing the business. We've got new team members on. We've got lots of people halfway through certification. So we have our first certification group where people are learning how to teach to their clients our mafia strategies. So how to get the business from $0 to $10,000 a month just by working one-on-one. And then if they want to go one-to-many, then they become part of the mafia. And that's what we teach them in the academy, how to go to like 20, 30, 40, 50, $70,000 a month, which is so exciting. So all this is happening now. Obviously, during COVID, the business has tweaked and changed, and we had to learn how to adapt, which has been a first time for me literally since I've been in business that I haven't been on a plane for business. In the past, literally 9 months. I can't believe it that this is happening. But it goes to show how when things happen, when shit hit the fan, you find ways around it and you make things happen. So even when we're set on our ways, you can get around things and make things happen other ways. So very exciting to see that the business has now got different way of getting new mafians, getting new clients, and getting new people to join the academy all over the world. So we had the first, the second actually, USA client is the first one this year, but it's been incredible to be able to do that. We got a client in Amsterdam, one in US. So looks like what we're doing for 2021 is to be able to have the Mafia Academy accessible all over the world, because we know that also a lot of you are listening from all over the world and you're like, how do I get into this Mafia Academy? So we are doing it. It's in the books, it's in the plan, and it's when I say that, it means it's happening, right? And this is exactly what I wanted to talk to you about today, how to stay consistent when you think you don't have time. I should add in there, because you think you don't have time, but we all have the same amount of time. The things that we do is that we have a common pattern of procrastinating. So what happens is that you have some tasks to do, you get to your desk, you have to do it. Let me just check my phone before I get started. Then 20 minutes later, you've been taken from the Facebook vortex. Then you go, let me just quickly check my emails before I get started. And half an hour later, you're stuck in your emails. And then all of a sudden, you have 5 minutes left of your hour schedule for that one task. And then you go, I don't have time to do it now. I'll do it tomorrow. And you keep postponing. Tomorrow never comes, because tomorrow you do exactly the same. When you get to that task that you really don't want to do, you find all the excuses under the sun to actually don't do it. And I get it. Like, the thing is, people think that they don't have time to do things, but the truth, if you're honest with yourself, you do have the time. But the thing is, when you have the time, you procrastinate and you do other stuff that are not as valuable, right? So I have learned how to be disciplined in my business so that I actually am consistent in everything I do. And now I trust myself that I know I get shit done. So this is where it's about a relationship with yourself. It's about the relationship that you need to really get good at trusting that you're gonna get it done. And when you don't get it done, don't be tough on yourself, in the meaning of don't, judge you and don't be mad at you and all of that, because then it becomes like the mother or son relationship, right? So then it doesn't work that way. So what I do is that I have been so disciplined that if whatever is in my calendar, 99% of the time I get it done, right? Unless something really major happened, and then I obviously have to tweak things around. But if I want to tweak things around, I'll find time to make it happen that same day, that same week, right? I might even stay late. But what happened is that people stay late all the time because they do nothing during the day. They procrastinate during the day, and then they have all these tasks to do at night, which is not going to give you a long-term lifestyle if that's what you want. So I get myself disciplined and I go, okay, I know that at that time of the day I am more productive, so I put all the things that I don't want to do when I'm mostly productive, and then all the fun stuff when I know that I procrastinate. So that is how I schedule my week. So everything starts from your schedule, right? But even before that, if we go really deeper, the reason why you are not consistent, the reason why you're procrastinating is because your thoughts in your mind. And I know that this can sound like, what are you talking about? No. The reason why I'm not consistent is because I don't have time. No, that is not the truth. The reason that we do something or don't do something is based on the feeling we want to feel, right? So you don't want to do something because of what is going to make you feel, or what's going to not make you feel. And that it goes back to really be aware of our thought. We think because of the work we have to do or the time it takes, that's the reason why we don't do things. But it's not the case. It never is. It's actually because of a thought that we are having right now. So if you're currently not doing something that you should be doing, you should need to ask yourself, what am I thinking when I'm not doing it? What are you thinking? You're thinking like, oh, I can't be bothered. I'm tired. I don't know what's the point of this. What are you truly thinking that is affecting your action, that is not actually making you take action? So once you work on your thought, once you understand what is actually stopping you from doing, because I can give you the whole strategy. I can tell you how to get organized. I can tell you how to post consistently on social media. I can tell you how to do all those things. But if you have not changed your thoughts, you're still not going to do it. That is the truth, right? So we want you to really work on your mindset and work on your thoughts and be aware of what is the real reason why you're not doing it. What is the real reason why you're procrastinating? When you have that real reason, then everything will fall apart. Will not fall apart. Everything will make sense and everything will come together. So post consistently on social media. Now that you work on your mindset, now you can post consistently on social media. Now you know, and you will trust yourself that when you have in your schedule, make a post on social media, you will actually go and do it. Right? When you do things and schedule your calendar for the week, you then gonna go and do it because you don't have a thought that goes against it. I had lots of thoughts that I had to work on. I used to say to myself that I was disorganized. I used to say to myself that I was procrastinator. I used to say to myself that I was lazy. And then I need to go and find the truth and go, wait, am I always disorganized? Actually, no. In this area of my life, I'm super organized. So now I'm like, okay, I'm disorganized 50-50. So then I only had to do one thing to become 51% organized and 49% disorganized. And now that story that I would tell myself I'm not organized, it wouldn't work anymore because that's not true. So I need you guys to really call yourself out and go, is that true? Is that really what I mean? Is that really true that I'm disorganized? Is that really true that I'm a procrastinator? Is it really true that I'm lazy? And if you can find any area of your life where you're not, then you're going to be able to change it for long term, right? So what happens when you don't follow through? What are you saying to yourself when you don't follow through? I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and he was saying, oh, just one step at a time, I'm getting things done. I'm doing this and I'm doing that, and I don't want to rush. And it's like, why? It's okay, you don't have to rush, but I just want to understand why. Oh, it's just one thing at a time. Okay, I get it. You can do one thing at a time, or you can do 0 things at a time. It's totally fine. Why? Why do you believe that you have to do one thing at a time? What is the reason? At least you gotta like your reasons, right? You can do whatever you want, but you gotta be clear of what the reason why you do that. And then we digged, and I kept asking why. And when we found out that he was terrified of having the business exploding, and having too many leads and not sure how to handle it, not sure how to get organized, not sure how to wow them. So you'd rather take things slow so you didn't have to be successful too fast, too soon. It's very interesting, because then when you find that thought, the next question was, is that true? Is that going to happen? Like, if you post on Facebook every day, are you going to get fully booked in like 2 days? No. Okay, so then that's a story that your brain is telling you that's not serving you, and it's not serving all the people that need you on social media, that you will actually benefit from what you will do. So give me that reason. Give me a reason that you really like, why you want to take it slow. And there was no reason. And then when you come with the truth, when you have the truth in front of you, then you know, oh, wait, I'm actually sabotaging this. Oh, okay. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should not sabotage myself. Maybe I should be aware of what I'm thinking and actually get past it, so then I can actually do it. So really sit down and ask yourself, why are you not doing what you know you could do? Why are you not following through on the things that you know you could? And when you have that clarity, it's just so beautiful. How can then you have awareness, then you can actually decide if you're going to keep going that way. That's totally fine. But now at least you know the reason, and you're going to like the reason. But if you don't like it, then you can change it. And again, like the reason why you're changing it. It's beautiful to know that we have the power to change our thoughts that will change our action eventually, right? So you need to start to work on that, and then you can start to trust yourself that when you put something in your calendar, it's going to happen. When you put something in the calendar, then you are going to follow through, and you are going to be able to trust that your projects, your everything that you put in place that you want to do is actually going to happen. This is how I've built. I remember during COVID, people were like, what, Francesca, how are you doing this? You are writing a book, you finish your book, you got this podcast going on, you created a new program, you have sold it. Like, how do you find the time? The amount of people that tell me, how do you find the time to get all of this done? I can't even tell you. Like, every single person will go, how do you find the time to post every day? How do you find the time to do a live every day? How do you find the time to do this, to do that? It's like, I schedule it, and then I know that I'll follow through it, because that's what I do. I schedule things and then I do them. I don't negotiate with myself. I don't go into the computer and go like, oh, I'm meant to be recording a podcast right now. I don't know if I feel like it right now. I don't know. Actually, this morning is a great example. I went to my topics, and usually I'm all organized for the month, but this month for some reason I didn't have this topic of today and of next week. So I was like, oh, now what? And it would have been a great excuse to go, oh, I don't have a topic, I'm not going to record it. So I actually went, no, I'm doing it. So at 10 o'clock, I had an hour to schedule every Monday. At 10 o'clock, I've got an hour to record a podcast. It takes me about 20 to 30 minutes to record it. So the rest of the time is to either plan for the next few topics, or, unpack what I'm going to talk about in each topic. And so I was like, well, there we go. This is what I'm going to do. So I unpack what I was going to talk about today, and then I follow through, and here I am recording it, because I'm not going to let you down, and I'm not going to say no to today, and then I'm going to have to pile up. I've got all these things that I have to do in the next few days, and then I'm going to be overwhelmed, and I'm going to feel like a failure, and then I'm going to feel, right, I don't want to feel that way. I don't want to go through that negative spin of thoughts and feelings. So I choose to do it now, even though I wasn't ready, and I'm doing it, and it's happening, and I'm recording it, and it's already something that I can tick off on my list of today that was in my calendar, and I can confirm and reinforce the trust that I have for myself. I know that I'll get it done. That's it. I don't procrastinate. I don't allow my brain to indulge into like, oh, but it's not, maybe we shouldn't be doing it, right? I don't do that. I just go, oh, this is in my calendar. It's happening. Even if it wasn't ready, even if it wasn't scheduled, even if, the things behind the scene wasn't done, I'm just still going to go and do it. So where are you missing these steps? What is the things that you do when you go into your calendar and you say, so my calendar is my boss. My calendar tells me what to do. Literally this morning, I was like, oh, what time am I going to be home tonight? I check my calendar. I'm like, oh, today is Monday, and I'll be home about 5:30, and then I've got a beautiful session with one of my coaches. Amazing. So I'm gonna be home by 6ish, because I'm gonna take Ollie boy to the park, right? So I'm like, oh, I've got my plans. I know exactly what's happening in my life because my calendar is telling me. If I didn't have in the calendar, then I would not do it, right? I would not do half of the things that I'm doing. That's why I'm so productive, because everything is in the calendar, and whatever happens is in the calendar, it gets done. So getting organized, it starts from you. Start from the trust with yourself. Start with the knowing that it's non-negotiable, that whatever is in the calendar, it gets done. So I need you guys to really build that relationship with yourself and really work on when have I finished something, and then believe and trust that, yeah, it's happening. Every time I say I'll do something, I'll do it. I used to have the excuse also that I was late. I was always late. That was my excuse. Oh yeah, but I'm always late. It's okay. And that became like my beautiful excuse. Oh, but you guys know, like, you're now expecting me to be late because everybody knows I'm late. So I had to change that story. I don't want to be the late person. I don't want to be that. And I'm not with my clients. So why do I have to be with my friends? Or why do I have to be with myself? So I worked on myself, and I went, no, not doing that anymore. Let's go. I'm going to change the story. And I have. And now I'm never late. And now I actually notice when people are late, and I go, oh, they're going through that pattern that I used to. And it's changeable. You are not your past. You can change who you are moving forward. So what are you committing to right now, today? Are you committing to be a procrastinator, or are you committed to be an action taker? Are you committed to make an excuse maker, or you go, no, I'm going to stick to everything that is in my calendar? What are you choosing? What are you choosing? And every choice that you make, every moment of your day will define your future. So I am very proud of Francesca that in January 2020, she decided to start this podcast. And 42 weeks ago, I have not missed a week. I'm very proud of that, Francesca, and I'm very grateful to that, Francesca. And I know that my future self is grateful that today I didn't give up, that today I didn't skip a day. My future self in 2 years' time, when this podcast is going to have hundreds of thousands of followers, is going to go, yeah, well done. Well done for sticking to this. Well done for doing it. So what are the things that you're not doing today that your future self will be disappointed about? What are the things that you're skipping, that you're not committed to, that your future self will go, oh, if you only did that. That was only half an hour a day, every day. It wasn't that hard, but you chose not to do it. Don't let your future self down. Commit, trust yourself, make it non-negotiable, and go for it. And you will see that eventually it will be fun. Be like, well, if I wanted to write a book, let's go. I'm going to put it an hour a day or do these things. And then you go and do it. You don't procrastinate. When you have a time, you actually make that happen. This is the power of getting shit done. It's not about how much time you have. It's about how committed you are to stick to your time schedule. When you have commitment, you have trust. When you have trust, you get shit done. So let's go. My friends, I look forward to see you guys super organized. My hashtag for this year, every year I choose a different word, and this year was hashtag super organized. So I'm now starting to think about, what do I want? Because now this is, once you use this for a year, now you are that. So I am super organized. I don't need to remind myself anymore. This is part of who I am. It's happening. The whole business is super organized. We have nailed that. So now I'm thinking, okay, what is next year? What do I want the hashtag to be next year? What do I want the word to be next year, so that I can build that into the culture of my business and become it, right? Become it first and foremost. So I'm starting to think about what is that word, but I would love you guys to think about, what is your word right now? What are you choosing to be every single day? Are you hashtag super organized, or are you what? Hashtag super lazy, or hashtag super procrastinator? You make your own hashtags. You make your own choices in life to be the person that you want to be an example for your followers. So I chose that this year, and I'm super, super grateful, because it has taken I was already organized, but now hashtag super organized, it took my business and my life to the next level. So I look forward to see you guys next week, and thank you for listening. And if you're loving this podcast, go and leave a review. I would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much again. Have a great week, and hey, get super organized. I'm watching you. If you enjoyed listening to this podcast, then you have to come check out the Entrepreneur's Abundance Mindset Mastermind. It's my monthly mastermind when you get to spend time with me, where we take all this material, we apply it, we study it, and so we can take your business to a whole new level. So just go to the Francesca Moi, the Meetup Queen Facebook business page, and then just send me a message and you'll be able to choose the option EAM Mastermind. I would love to have you join me there, and I'll see you next week.